negative thoughts are so intense that it's impossible not to react to them. Constant worries about the future or regret about the past. And it seems like there is no end to this, but there's a way to break free. And today we're going to talk about how to stop the constant flow of negative thoughts and your reaction to your own negative thoughts. And from my own personal experience, I can say that when I was struggling financially, one of the problems was that I constantly reacted to my own thoughts, especially negative thoughts about my future, about what is happening in my reality. And once I changed this habit, everything started to change. I can definitely say that that was one of the key elements how I changed my money situation. So our reaction to our own thoughts shapes our reality. Everything is connected. And the first that you have to do is to reduce the importance of your own thoughts. Not everything you think about should be taken seriously. Just because you think something negative might happen doesn't mean it is true. Here's the key. How you think about your future and what thoughts you have right now, it is only the reflection of the vibrational frequency of your consciousness in the present moment. So if you are in feelings of fear, anxiety, worries, that is the reflection of your thoughts. So your thoughts are basically similar to your vibrational frequency. And this is why it seems to you that everything in the future can be bad. When you feel calm, you let go of control and you trust the process. Most of the time, your mind is either quiet or you have thoughts about how everything will be good in your reality. How much you love your reality. You have to question your own thoughts rather than accepting them and see them as truth. For example, you have a thought about losing your job in the future. Instead of reacting to it, just start to questioning it. Think about this way. Maybe this is just nonsense, like a noise in your mind that has no meanings. This is how, by questioning your own thoughts, without accepting them as truth, you start to reduce the significance of your own thoughts. When I had financial struggles, I had a lot of noise in my mind. I had constant thoughts about things can get even worse, I can be broke forever, I might not have enough money. But when I start questioning these thoughts and perceive them just like a noise in my mind, as some nonsense, I avoided reacting to them all the time and I started simply observe them. So reduce the significance of your own thoughts, you have to take them easier and perceive them simply as the noise in your mind. Imagine you're walking along the road. You see a house to the right of you, and a dog is barking behind the fence of this house. But you need to go exactly along this road. Will you stop just from the fact that a dog is barking in this house? Of course you will not. You will go further and will not pay attention to it. The same thing with your thoughts. They are like the barking dog that is on the way to your desired reality. But you don't turn off the path. You don't stop just because this dog is barking. You don't try to argue with it. You don't try to stop it. You just go on. So take your negative thoughts less seriously. Yes, negative thoughts can be present, especially when you feel fearful, anxious, worried. But once you realize that they are simply thoughts in your mind, simply like a noise in your mind, they have no power unless you perceive them seriously, unless you react to them. And you can move beyond constant reaction and make their significance less and less. In fact, thoughts are actually at this vibrational range of our consciousness with low density, and this is why they are very easy to be changed. Meanwhile, feelings are different. They can last hours, days, sometimes even years. But thoughts are changing all the time. And if you don't dwell on your thoughts, they are changing very quickly. Like clouds drifting across the sky. Sometimes the sky is clear, sometimes it is cloudy, but clouds are moving all the time. And the easier and easier you treat your own thoughts, the less seriously you take them, the less you react to them, the faster negative thoughts will be changed to positive thoughts that will help you to become the version you want to become, that will help you to create the reality you want. So every time you have a thought, especially the one that triggers you, just remind yourself that it doesn't mean it will become your reality. It has no power unless you react to it. It is just a thought, and you have the power to choose your own thoughts, because you as consciousness have all possible way of thinking. And the less you focus on limiting thoughts, the easier it is for you to shift into positive way of thinking, to replace your negative thoughts with the new ones that will help you to become who you want, that will help you to create the reality you want. And you've heard a lot of times that your thoughts shape your reality. But how does it actually happen? When you react to your thought, you become that vibrational frequency of your consciousness that is similar to your thought. You give a feeling to it. And as the result, this vibrational frequency of your consciousness, because you have reacted to your own thoughts, manifests in the external reality. It always works in that simple way. What vibrational frequency of our consciousness we experience, what we feel, what we believe in, this is exactly what kind of reality in the external we create. So when you hear that your own thoughts shape your reality, yes, in some way, but if you react to them, they will have a power to create your reality. So your thoughts only shape your reality when you react to them. If it's just a thought that as quickly as it came, it went, it has no power. But when you react to what you think, this is how you create it in your external reality. You basically manifest in your external reality what you think about. You manifest your own thoughts. Here's an example, a very simple example, and I think many of you can relate to it. For example, you have a thought that your partner will stop loving you and leave. You react to this thought. You embody that frequency of your consciousness. You experience feelings similar to your thoughts. You imagine the worst case scenarios in your mind. You react to what you imagine in your mind, of not being loved, of not being able to trust your partner. So you plan in your imagination the worst case scenarios of your future, and you plan how you will deal with these worst case scenarios. And you react to these imagined situations. And this either manifests in your reality by its own, or start acting in ways that push your partner away. For example, you might start yelling at them or arguing with them, basically creating the reality you reacted in your mind, in your imagination. You shape your entire reality by reacting to what you imagine and by reacting to your own thoughts. You embody these feelings, and as a result, you create it in your external reality. But good news is that this works in reverse. We can use our imagination and react to the reality we want to create. We can embody it right now. We can react to the new thoughts that will help you to create this reality. Because we create all material reality and everything that is happening in our reality. And our reactions are the key to create the reality we want. So how do we react to our thoughts? A thought pops into our head and we stop wondering, what if? And we imagine the consequences, and then we create it in our external reality. So the key here is when it comes up to you, don't focus on it. Don't imagine the worst case scenarios. Don't dwell on your own negative thoughts. Just observe your thoughts. Yes, they're here, but I can choose whether I react to them or I don't. This actually applies to our life in general. Because what we focus on, this is what we create in our reality. This is because when we react to something, we become that frequency of vibrations. And then everything that we truly experience, our vibrational frequency of consciousness, it always manifests in the external, in forms, in situations, in people, in general, the life we experience. Imagine you're looking at a glass of water that is on your table, like this. You don't get involved in thoughts about whether this glass is good, what it's made of, how it was made, who delivered this glass to your house, how much it costs now, how much I bought it for. You just observe this glass of water without thinking a lot about it. And you don't react to your thoughts about this glass. And you can do the same with your own thoughts. Yes, they are here, but you can simply observe them. Because if you don't react to your thoughts, They have no power. So the less focus of attention you have in something, the less you get involved in your own negative thoughts, the less negative thoughts you have. This process is actually simple. It is so easy. It is so simple. But you have to stop reacting to your own thoughts. That is the key. Thoughts are a part of you. That's the part of our human being nature. We always think about something, but we can choose what we think about. We can choose our thoughts. We can choose whether we react or we don't. So let's focus, and reaction to negative thoughts means you have more positive thoughts that will help you to create the reality you want. And you as consciousness have absolutely any kind of thoughts. So you don't even need to make any effort to experience new way of thinking. You don't need a confirmation in the external or to be in a different situation to start thinking differently. And look at all successful people. They first became a different version of themselves. They first began to think differently. And then they manifested in their reality more money, health, abundance, wealth, success. Because their reality is a reflection of their way of thinking. Their reality is the reflection of their vibrational state of consciousness. And I changed my own financial situation when I changed the way I thought. I had exactly the same amount of my bank account. It was close to zero, actually. I had money only to buy one package of rice. But I chose to think differently. I chose to feel differently. I stopped reacting to my thoughts about being broke, about what will happen tomorrow, and if I will be broke forever. No, I decided that this is not what I want. This is not what kind of thoughts I want to experience. And this is basically how I stopped my own reaction to my own negative thoughts. And because I changed the way of my thinking, I changed constantly reacting to my own thoughts, I became a different person, even while still having financial struggles. But I believed in my ability. I believed in myself to have a power to choose my thoughts, to have a power to choose what I feel and what I believe in. And I can definitely say that now it's way easier not to react to my own negative thoughts, because it is like a skill that develops over time. So basically, the less you react to your thoughts, the easier it is for you just to observe them without, this constant reaction. Intense emotions about what you imagine, intense emotions and reactions about what if this will happen, what if I will be in that situation. No, you simply observe without reacting. And there's also one moment that by changing your vibrational frequency of consciousness, it naturally changes the way you think. It naturally changes your thoughts. For example, if you feel calm and open to possibilities, you have similar thoughts in your mind. Because your thoughts, they reflect your vibrational frequency of consciousness. And by the way, I have a video that explains in more details how you can change your vibrational frequency of consciousness. You can find this video in the description to this video. So, I just want to remind you, the sun is so bright right now, but anyway, I think it's a good sign actually. It's absolutely okay for you to have negative thoughts. The key is only one, not to dwell on them. They might always be there, but you can choose not to react to them. Don't let your own negative thoughts hold you back from the reality you want to create. Because the less you react to your own thoughts, the easier it is for you to create new thoughts that will help you to become the person you want, that will help you to create the reality you want. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. I think the sun is a good sign for us. Anyway, I love you so much, and I wish you to have a good day, good night, or maybe good evening.